Good evening, guys. The Spy Lord coming at you here. Part of the Stocks with Josh community, one of his crown traders over there. If you're not part of a trading community, you're trying to grow in your journey, come check us out. He's got the best family that there is out there to learn to trade, swing trades, big option leaps, penny stocks, day trading. We day trade pretty much 5 days a week. One of us is trading live with you, uh, oftentimes for several hours at a time. So you can ask anybody that's part of this community. There's no shortage of live day trading here. We'll help you along your journey, help you learn your platform, or help you find a good platform to trade on. We'll help you along your way. So if you'd be interested, you can come uh, join that. There'll be a link in the description below to Stocks with Josh Discord, SWJ family. It's the best place to be. Um, Mostly what I do is day trade options on the SPY, and that's mainly what I concentrate on. Occasionally we throw in Amazon, Apple in the queues, and sometimes Nvidia. So, but mostly the SPY. It's a great place to start your day trading with options, your options journey. Lots of liquidity in it, easy to get in and out. So if that interests you, click the link in the description. Come over and give us a run, give us a try. Uh, we will earn your respect, and we'll we'll take you along your journey with you. All right, let's get into it, guys. I try to look for different things happening, and I've noticed we've sort of got a couple of the same channels repeat, same type of thing repeating here. Um, we may get another test towards the bottom of this channel here. It's very possible. It's quite possible. Bring this down just a little bit, probably somewhere in that neighborhood. When I go back on the hour on a 4 hour here, and I just catch this last move, I'll show you how to do this right fast if you don't know. This is the fixed range volume profile. I use it a lot. Sort of helps you find uh, volume shelves and gaps in trading and all that good fun stuff. But we had a pretty hard sell off today. This is Friday, February 7th. I'll be switching back and forth between Webull and TradingView. Here we go. This is Webull on a 5 minute chart here. We took my calls this morning. I had a call in pre-market. Well, here we go. 607.20, I think is what I labeled. Somewhere in this neighborhood here, around 607.20 is what I called out. We got man, this is not wanting to cooperate with me. Here we go. Here we go. Here's today. Now, we took calls right out of the gate, ran these up almost a whole point, and I just happened to be, oftentimes I will watch Nvidia alongside of the SPY. It helps it. It's pretty heavily weighted on it, I'll say. And I just happened to catch Nvidia at the same time. This is the NVIDIA chart on the right. I can blow this up a little for you. It did help us pump a little bit out of the gate. Right here was pre-market highs, just in comparison with the SPY. And I noticed there was some news came out this morning that the market didn't like. And I can't tell you that I caught that news, but I did catch this move on NVIDIA start flushing a little bit. And right out of the gate this morning, even on the small intervals here on the 5 minute chart, we were busting through 70 on the RSI. So it was sort of due for a pullback. I did load a small position of puts up here. I told everybody to get out this morning in the Discord right around 6:08. We got a little more than 6:08. We ran almost a whole point on the calls, and then got. I just happened to take a gamble on a put because Nvidia started flushing first, and lo and behold, it ran so hard. It dropped so fast. There's no catching this unless you were just as lucky as what I got to be this morning. Yeah, it was an insane move, and it started providing the news that we got today. Started providing some volatility in the day. Um, we didn't get a long session this morning. Get back over here on this single chart. Here we go. Something that I often do is when we get the flush and a quick reversal, you can see came pretty much right down to where pre-market was this morning. It's 1 wick down. This first move happened. Uh, we had a heck of a level here yesterday that the SPY just did not want to give up. And that's right where same area pre-market came down to and wicked off of. We flushed it once yesterday, caught that for a pretty big move and immediately reversed. Um, that reversal happened to last just into the first few minutes of the opening, enough to catch a little bit of move off of that. When this flushed, I usually go ahead and make another trend mark here. So for people just starting, I caught the bottom of this wick, bottom of this wick, and then this is where we got consolidation. Call it right here, around 605.60. So what I'll usually do is I will paint myself. If you come to your drawings, come over 2 tabs, we're back on Webull here. You come down to the rectangle, and I make myself a zone. Okay, this is where this traded now for, well, from 1010 up to 1050. So quite a bit of consolidation here. During the heat of the moment, this looks really choppy, and it just I think Josh calls this a flag that just flags down here, but it's flagging on the bottom side. So the best entry, as long as it's holding uh, the top of your range, your best entry here when these indicators, your MACD is pointing downward. Let's go to the 10-minute, look at it. See, even the 10-minute gave us downward pressure. We got this first flush on the RSI, some consolidation. This RSI was so weak, there's no buying pressure. There was nothing to push the MACD back up. Okay, so once that started consolidating there, it was time to start looking at what level it needed to break next. And around 604.40, could bring it to 604.20, be safe. But the best thing to do with structure like this when you've identified it is, if you're going to play the downside, you got to buy puts up here around the top, and you're waiting for the next breakdown. And this next breakdown was another huge flush. The rest of the day really traded a little choppy. You had these two big flushes. One more good move back here. If you'll notice the line that we gave, catch these two wicks down here, and you can see exactly what we came up and retested later in the day. Now, when we add on VWAP, you'll see we were also testing VWAP. We tested it. And even though we'll say on the 10-minute, we did get a cross up on the MACD for a brief run to the upside. Caught some of that. This MACD is divided in half. The top half is bullish, the bottom half is bearish. When these moves occur on the bottom side, even though you may get movement, it's still a weaker movement until you're back above the middle point of the MACD, depending on the time frame you're trading. I usually trade off 5, 10s, and 15s, and then I check the 1 hour to 30-minute to find direction throughout the day. This was a simple retest of the previous level that we held. This was time to go short again off of VWAP, and it confirmed by not breaking our previous level. This level became resistance once the support was broke. It then becomes resistance. I know you hear that a lot, but that's the simplest way, and this is a good explanation of this area right here. There. Perfect retest of VWAP and retest of previous support, which then became resistance. If it had reclaimed this back to the upside, then this is null and void. Then we broke VWAP and we're heading in a different direction. But that's not the case today. Unfortunately, I was away from the computer most of the day. Didn't get to trade, but the first hour or two, that was about it. And that's kind of how today played out. Right now, we can add on nighttime mode. Well, it's Friday. It's not going to register anyways. My bad. Yeah, we closed out 600.21. If we come back and we look at the volume shelf, guys, so what I do is I measure back. We can even take it to the 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour here. You can see this a little better, maybe. I simply measured from the beginning back to the start of this last move up we had. And you can see why we held right here. 600 dot, right at 600. Right here, the same thing, 605 cents, So I'm going to make a mark here. This is going to be my next support level. This volume shelf held us right here. If we lose 600, I would expect us to catch on this between 598 and 597.50. This shelf right here will be our next line of support. And if we lose If we lose 596.50, we're going to flush back down here to 590 pretty quick, in my opinion. These are pretty short, pretty solid moves, I think. Pretty solid levels that you can go off of. I noticed, today we've also uh, can change this back over. I'm sorry. Throw up the 20 EMA. Generally speaking, on the 1 hour, I'll take VWAP off. On the 1 hour, this is a first indication of closing under the 20 EMA on the 1 hour for a down move. And you can see what happened the last time we got this down move. We flushed pretty hard. So up here, we also just closed beneath it. I think this was news driven, but either way, that's how it played out. You can see these back here when we crossed back under the 20. This starts getting a little hairy to the downside. On the daily, we still have this RSI starting to point downward. The daily MACD looks like it wants to start to cross down. We'll see if we get back through the zero line or not, but I think there's a little more downside if we lose that previous level I just showed you right here at 600. 600 is a big level we got to keep. We lose it, we can start flushing on back down. So mark that on your chart. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Any constructive criticism, anything that I can do to help you. If you're part of the Discord, thank you if you support me. If you don't, consider supporting me. You can use my link to subscribe to Josh's Discord. That in turn supports me. That's what Josh gave me to help build the community. And my Weevil link will be in there, and the link to Blowfin if you're interested in trading crypto. To the downside or to the upside, Blowfin is a great exchange. Crypto winter is coming, and I've been trying to tell people to be prepared for it, and you want to be able to play both sides of the fence, both sides of the coin. If we go something, I'll just cover this real quick. One last quick thing before I sign off. We go to Bitcoin. I've noticed. Let me just take off. Get this naked chart here. We are on coming to the weekly here. Starting to get a signal line crossed down on the MACD on the weekly. And we do have a little bit of bearish divergence in the chart. We had this move up back here, came down, and another pump up that did not produce the same amount of RSI with a pretty much an equal move to the upside. Awfully close, 108 and 109.3, somewhere in there. On the daily, we have now crossed into the MACD through the zero line here. We're starting to. You can see this a little better. Almost a double top looking setup here. So that is Bitcoin for right now. RSI has bled off well below 50 here. We're at 41 on the RSI. That's why I've been saying, SUI think SUI it's got some more room down. I've been giving levels in the Discord on my channel, so be sure to keep up with those. I think 280 is what I had next, then 240. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. We gotta hold. We really need to hold above 90. I don't want to lose 90. I don't want to. I hate to come all the way back down here to 71 and start consolidating again, but it is pointing down right now, so everybody needs to know. Protect yourself, use a stop loss. Guys, thanks. Consider joining the Discord. I love you and appreciate all the support. Check out the links in the description. I'm out of here. Peace.